when the angels materialize into men, because that's what they are, because God made man just a little lower than the angels, when the angels materialized to humans on earth, they had on them procreative powers. Procreative powers that actually fit inside of women. And not only could it fit inside of women, but it could impregnate the women. And not only could it impregnate the women, but it gave the men pleasure. So they are men. The angels are men. They're just a little higher than humans on earth. But their forbidden fruit was womankind. You think the Almighty didn't know that his sons in heaven would be attracted to women on earth? Of course he knew. But it was not yet their time. God was testing them. God tests everyone. He does not tempt us, but he does test us. But that test can lead to your own temptations if you don't control it. Okay, so first off, when God made the angels were perfect, right? They had no defect in their flesh. Man was made a little lower than the angels. So Adam, he was perfect when God made him. He had no flaws, no defect in his flesh whatsoever. So Adam would be attracted to what God perfectly made him to be attracted to, right? So now, would Adam be attracted to a goat? Now, we know in man's fallen state, you have all types of ridiculous attractions. No. Adam was perfect when God made him. Would Adam have been attracted to a goat? No. Would Adam have been attracted to an ant? No. Would he have been attracted to a fish or a bird? No. So in Adam's perfect state, he was attracted to womankind. Whether womankind was created at the time or not, we know woman was created at a specific time, and Adam was created before God made woman, right? So the angels. Now, would Adam was not attracted to what God did not create him to be attracted to, right? So especially since he was perfect. Now, would Adam disobey God to sleep with a goat? No. Would he disobey God to sleep with a fish or a bird or an ant? No, it's ridiculous, right? The angels in heaven, the ones that came to sleep with the daughters of man, if they were perfect, it's not even a debate. They were perfect. Even if one angel sinned, all the other angels won't become imperfect because that one angel sinned, because the angels did not descend from one angel that sinned. We all sin because we descended from Adam, our father. So the angels were sinless. They were perfect. They had no defect. They were attracted to whatever it was that God created them to be attracted to. So if they were attracted to the daughters of men, to the point where they left heaven to sleep with the daughters of men, that tells you that they were created for womankind. However, the women on earth was not for them. And no, there weren't women in heaven, because why would they disobey God to come and sleep with women on earth if there are already women in heaven? And wouldn't the women in heaven be more angelic? No, there were no women in heaven, period. That's void of all logic if you actually think that there were women. No, there were no women in heaven. That's why they came and slept with the women that were on earth. But that was their forbidden fruit. That was their forbidden fruit. So this is the other thing. Not only were they attracted, mind you, attraction and desire does not come from just because you see something that's beautiful. No, there's a whole chemistry behind it. Hormones are involved. The libido, you have to have an arousal. It has to come from somewhere. Lo and behold, when the angels materialize into men, because that's what they are, because God made man just a little lower than the angels, when the angels materialized to humans on earth, they had on them procreative powers. Procreative powers that actually fit inside of women. And not only could it fit inside of women, but it could impregnate the women. And not only could it impregnate the women, but it gave the men pleasure. So they are men. The angels are men. They're just a little higher than humans on earth. But their forbidden fruit was womankind. You think the Almighty didn't know that his sons in heaven will be attracted to women on earth? Of course he knew. But it was not yet their time. God was testing them. God tests everyone. He does not tempt us, but he does test us. But that test can lead to your own temptations if you don't control it. Now, this is the other thing that I want to. So that's settled. The angels can procreate. They are men. They have procreative powers. They have genitalia, and they have functioning genitalia. It actually has sperm and all of that. It can impregnate women on earth, and it works with the biology of women on earth. And the women on earth gave birth to their seed, but it was hybrid, so they were giants. Okay, so it's not even a debate, bro. Yeah, the angels have phalluses. Okay, big deal. Yeah, they have it, and it works. It's just women on earth was not theirs. God did not stop creating. He just rested, and he rested not from work, but from creation. Okay, so Christ said, even till now, my Father keeps working and I keep working. But I thought God was resting. Yeah, he's working, but he rested from creation. So if you rest and you didn't stop, but you rested, it means you intend to start again. Okay, and so what that means is God is going to create again. You know how the Bible talks about new creations? So in the new creation, I'm pretty sure God will make women for angels on earth. I mean in heaven. Women for angels in heaven, because why not? If he's made, you notice how Adam was not given a woman until a certain amount of time passed. But now if a woman was created in a different dimension that Adam saw, but was not his own, Adam would have been tempted by those women too. And the time span for humans on earth is different from the time span for angels in heaven. So Adam went a long time without having a wife. But he wasn't tempted to disobey God because of women, because he saw no women. Until the very woman he saw, and look what that led him to, right? She was so bad that he disobeyed his father, who gave him that woman to please that woman. But angels, their time span is different. So the time span that Adam went without a mate is basically the time span that angels probably went without women. But when they saw women on earth, now is their test, and they couldn't hold out. So both Adam failed and some of the angels failed, not all of them. But of course, there were some angels who were like, yeah, man, them girls is bad, but I ain't going to leave heaven. I know what's waiting for me. I'm going to wait till the Almighty creates our own. So they passed the test. Now, this is the other thing that I wanted to mention. The account in Genesis chapter 6, verse, I forget where it is, where it says that they came down, the angels came down, the sons of God came down and married women on earth and took wives for themselves, namely all whom they chose. Now that account, notice it said, and this is the thought that entered my mind last night, and I had to verify, right? Yeah. All translations say this in that verse. It says, either they married the women or they took wives for themselves. Either or, if you marry a woman, she becomes your wife. If a woman is your wife, you married her, right? So either way, it's marriage, wives. Okay. Now, this is my question to you. You know how my video has been about sex is marriage, right? Sex alone is marriage, and you don't need, like a marriage ring, a marriage certificate. And okay. So now, the angels that came down to sleep with the daughters of men, when the account says that they married these women, and when it says that they took wives for themselves, namely all whom they chose, when it says that, did the sons of God, when they came down to take these women as wives, did they go to a courthouse to sign some documents to marry these women? Did they put a ring on these women's finger? What ceremony did they go through to marry these women or to take these women as their wives? Do you who disagree with me when I say that sex is marriage? Did they have any ceremony? The only ceremony they had was their sexual relations with these women. They did not go through any ceremony. They did not put any ring on their fingers. They did not go to any courthouse. They did not sign any documents. There was no bridal celebration or whatsoever. They just took the women, slept with them, and bred giants. But yet the Bible says that they were their wives, that they married them. Yeah, because sex is marriage. You get it? Sex is marriage. Cain took a wife, his sister. We know, again, I made a video on why at the time of Cain, this is actually clean because of the genetic toolbox that Cain, Adam, Eve, all those our early ancestors would have had the genetic. I made a video on that. So you can just scout through my playlist on that and why it was actually not a bad thing. The account says that Cain took his sister and she became his wife, right? Now Cain, who just killed his brother Abel, in that when just read the scenario. Cain kills his brother. God punishes him. Cain says, "Oh, this punishment is too great for me." And God says, "If anyone touches you, they will be punished 7 times." Okay. And then Cain takes a wife, his sister, and she becomes his wife. Now, did Cain go through a marriage ceremony? Cain did not go through any marriage ceremony. He just took his wife, had sexual relations with her. She became his wife. No ceremony needed. No ring on the finger. These are all traditions of men. God had nothing to do with it. And now what about Adam? What ceremony did he have to marry his wife? What ring did he put on her finger? And what documents did they sign? And you say, "Oh, well, you need witnesses," right? You need witnesses. Well, first of all, Christ says that God is a witness to the things that we do. Christ himself is a witness to the things that we do. The angels are witnesses to the things that we do. You, the man, and the woman whom you are sleeping with, you are a witness to what you are doing. The woman is a witness to what you are doing. So there are 2 witnesses already, not even counting God and Christ and the angels, the spirit realm. So on account of 2 witnesses, a situation is firmly established or something like that. Well, yeah, it takes 2 to tango. A man doesn't have sexual relations with himself. A woman doesn't have sexual relations with herself. No, it takes 2 to tango. So there are 2 witnesses. That is a marriage ceremony. You see, so I mean, yeah, I'll leave it at that. That was just a thought that came to my mind with the angels and sex is marriage. It just more and more things just keeps validifying the point that I made a long time ago. And that's how the truth is. When something is truthful, you just get more things that just solidifies the truth and nothing takes it away.